You cannot be iconic doing what the fuck everybody else does. That is not how you be iconic. Icons are made by switching it and doing the complete opposite of what is on your feed. That is one of the things that has made me unstoppable in my career. Okay, do I want to be iconic, or do I want to just blend in with what everyone else is doing right now? And I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to be a part of things that I know before they even pop off are going to be like iconic.
Yeah. Hey everyone, so I'm super excited to be having an intimate conversation with my good friend Jay Stay Ready, amazing celebrity hairstylist who we're going to be talking about some things such as Met Gala, some of the things he's pulled from his life and his career in this industry, and I'm excited for you all to listen. So I was watching some of your interviews in the past, and so I found out
you are
like, of course, that's what you have to do. That's the best, you know.
Lord.
So when I came across, I found the interview, and I found out that you have a military background, that you were in a military family.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, so tell me more about that.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. My dad is retired Air Force, so he's my stepdad, but of course he's my dad. So when my dad got married, I was like 10. I like jumped straight into the military life. So you know, as a military kid, you know that means you live in one place for a little bit of time, then you hop to the next, then you hop to the next. So traveling and living in different places is very, very, very not foreign to me at all. So I've lived in lots of places: New Mexico, Texas, Japan, Wisconsin, Mississippi. Like I've traveled and been in just everywhere. But yeah, it's a really cool life. The military life is it's cute. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a nice little situation, baby. It's giving time to go. Yeah. Where's next? So,
you made that connection. I didn't piece those two together. You know, I didn't piece those two together. Because one of the things from watching your story and watching your journey, you are like, you would literally be flying in, have 4 hours before you have to fly right back out.
Yeah.
And that's like every week. Right.
No, that's a Tuesday.
Literally.
That was literally last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday. Right.
Yeah. That was literally last Tuesday. Yeah, I came home, I had about 5 hours. I was like, well, let's take a nap.
Right.
Clean out my refrigerator. Take out the trash and let's go back to LAX. Yeah, that's literally my life. But I love it. It's like, it's kind of what we prayed for. It's kind of what I asked for. Like, it's a little draining. It's a little tiring every once in a while. I do get mad. I like be wanting to cuss my agent out like every week. Like, please, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm tired. But yeah, my bank account loves it. My career loves it. My resume loves it. My clients love it.
Yes.
And I'm young and able-bodied enough to do it. So I'm like, I want to live this life and grind while I can, because like I said, like I preach and tell everyone, this life, at least for me, is not going to be always. I'm not going to be hopping on a plane every day. Well, I don't plan to be hopping on a plane every day or on a tour bus in my 40s and 50s. Like, that's not realistic for me and what I want in my life. So I'm trying to live this little hot boy glam life while I can, while I'm a hot boy, because eventually, baby, I'm going to settle on down and take it on in, babe.
Right.
So
you said we have kids recital.
We have, baby, you know, I have soccer games. I have the
soccer
PTA to be at. I mean, I have my man's opening of whatever he's doing. Like, you know, I have a future that I want to have, that I see for myself later on down the line. But right now,
so we're gonna get the bag.
Hot Boy Jay, baby. We're gonna get this bag.
Hot Boy Jay. Is that the era that you're in?
No, this
right
is
now?
Absolutely the era that I'm in right now. I was like, I keep telling my friends, I was like, I will never be this young and cute and rich in my life ever again. So I'm probably I need to take advantage of this. Yeah. Like, I will. Yes. I'm sure I will have more money in the future. I'm sure I will have more experiences, but I'm never gonna look like this again. I'm never gonna have this much energy ever again. Like, that part goes downhill. Yeah. So, baby, we gotta run it.
I think you just inspired me to go to the gym after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I literally. That's why I was like a couple minutes late. I was like, I've got to
get a little pump.
Got to get my little workout in before I head there, because I knew after this dinner, if I tried to go after this, I wasn't gonna go. So
okay, see that commitment. Ever since I've known you, you had a nice body though. So
because it's part of the brand.
Okay.
I carved out a brand for myself when I moved to LA. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like I guess they just assume a lot of things in this career and how we are and what our brand looks like. What our brand looks like right now is by happenstance. And for some people, I'm sure that is the case, but that was not for me. I knew exactly what I wanted to look like, how I wanted to appear. I knew exactly what the J Stay Ready brand was or what I wanted it to be before I even moved here. So I was like, I want to have a body. I want to be good looking. I want to be the boy with the tall boy with the hair, with the bust down. We retired that part. But that was part of the brand. Hair was a big moment in the brand for a while. So like I was like, I gotta keep this because this is what's going to make people recognize me later on. No matter if I decide to venture in and out of hair or whatever, people will always know that's the tall fine boy with the hair.
Yeah, very much so.
With the body.
Right, exactly. So, you see, that vision, I feel like a lot of people, they don't have for themselves.
Yeah, very true.
And is that something that you just naturally had, or?
Definitely not something I naturally had at all. I tell people all the time, like I grew up like kind of like the ugly duckling, and I also didn't really have much direction as far as what I wanted to do in life because military background. My mom is also an educator as well. She's been in education or a principal for most of my entire life. So my whole career, my whole life's path was supposed to be corporate in America or college student doing this and just kind of going the more corporate route. And again, I didn't always look like this either. I was a heavy something back in my college.
We love those
teenage and honestly young adult years. And I just didn't have much direction. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So once I figured out what it is I wanted to do and what my life's plan was, I was like, okay, cool. I made a list and I was like, this is where you want to be. And I jotted down everything I needed to do to get to there. And I was like, you need to work out. You need to have an aesthetic. You need to start branding yourself. You need to up your social media game. You need to start working on this. I literally carved out everything that I wanted to do to get me to where I'm at right now. So this is very, very, very calculated. Where I'm at right now is I'm very blessed. A lot of things have happened that I didn't expect, but they weren't completely that far-fetched because I knew if I followed this recipe that I had, this plan or this roadmap that I laid out for myself, that I would eventually get there or these opportunities would come. Yeah. So I'm very, very, very intentional. Just like you said earlier, I'm very intentional about what it is I wanted to do. And where I'm at right now is not by happenstance at all. It's because I worked my ass off to try and get here.
And even with all of that intention, what is something that's consistently or in the past has consistently came to try to stop you or be a barrier in your life and in this journey?
To keep it a buck, it would be me. I have been the biggest. I've been the biggest issue, and it's always been for me comparison. Like we have so many amazing peers in this industry that are always doing incredible things, and I'm just like all of us, like, I fall victim to being on social media chronically and, looking at my peers and
that screen time is
insane, babes. It's insane. Over the years, I've always just looked at like, my counterparts, my peers, I'm like, wow, like we started out at the same time and they already doing this, or they started out after me and literally they already got this client or this gig and they got to do Coachella already, and I'm like, and I've been trying to get, so it's always been a damn, like I must not be doing something right, I must not be working. So that's always been a constant thing is comparison. But I will at some point I kind of remove myself from that, and I'm like, hey, chill out, you got your roadmap. I'll go back to the roadmap. I'll go back and I'll look at exactly all the things that I said I wanted to do and what that roadmap is guiding me to do. And I'm like, you're on the path. You know what you're doing. Chill the fuck out. Like, chill out. Yeah. Let them have their life because their path is not your path. Let them live their life. Let them do what they're doing. Focus on what you got going on, and eventually you'll be okay.
Yeah. So, and the crazy thing is about that, sometimes when we spend so much energy and time looking at other people, we can easily start going down their path and off our path, or presenting towards them how they're presenting versus how we should be presenting. And when we're so in line and so in our pocket, in our own lane, things can express so much faster. And it's like, oh wow,
I should have been doing me.
Exactly. And so that's one of the cons about looking so much.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's really, you've got to
delete it. Delete it and pop up. Not just delete the app off your phone. and then when you need to jump back in, jump back in. That's been my best way to.
I've noticed. Yeah. You pop in, you post your content, you do your thing, and be like, "Where's Midge?" Oh, this must be his off week, his off day. And honestly, I love that for you.
Yeah. Not you. I've noticed. So,
baby, I noticed. I know the ones that I keep tabs on, like you, the ones that are my close friends. Oh, I keep tabs on those ones, babe.
Yes.
Yeah, I see, and I love that. I'm gonna take a page out of your book and start doing that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the thing. And also here's another one, a way that you can still kind of be like in between. Is you can have the app open on your browser, like on your phone, because that makes it a little bit, it's not the browser version of Instagram isn't as smooth and as easily accessible. So it's not when you're in, like, I think you can still swipe, but it's just a little clumsier and clunkier.
Yeah.
So you're not just in there.
Exactly.
Being in the Instagram app or a TikTok app is like watching Netflix. Like you can
really
binge TikTok and binge. But when you're on the browser, it's like you're at a laptop almost, so it's like,
and nobody wants that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, you go and do what you do and you out of it.
Yeah.
The display is not set up as nice. It doesn't look as nice. So,
I love that.
But you can still get in there, check your messages, respond. But I don't find myself like going as many longs of it. So that way,
I'm gonna do that.
Separation anxiety is like, I'll delete the app, but it's,
I'm definitely taking that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Teach me something, bitch. I know that's right.
That's what I do. Okay, so I have some questions. I want to make sure we hit, but we're doing good so far.
Let's talk.
Oh, so I had some. I had also like some people. One particular person in particular asked me. Have me send some of these questions.
Oh.
And I said, "Ooh!" When I just read one of them.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
So I won't name who this person is or what. But this question says, from our mystery person.
Come on, mystery.
When are you and your man gonna break up, girl?
Oh my God!
So
why would you say that?
First off, I'm like, when did you have a man? What's this? I'm so out the loop.
What you mean so out the loop?
I'm so out the loop.
Listen, baby, when I tell you,
look,
I've learned. I feel like if there's anything that I have learned from my clients, damn near all of them,
literally,
is that when you are such a public person or public figure and you have most of your life online and so many people have access to you and what you have going on, it is very important to curate the things that you want people to know, and it's very important to keep a couple of things for yourself that the public in the world don't have access to.
Right.
So I have just decided that when it comes to who I'm dating and that whole life of mine, when it comes to the boys, to the men, I just keep that like on the hush. I never hide that I'm in a relationship or my relationship. Anybody who asks me like if I'm dating someone or if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'll tell them point blank period, absolutely yes or no if I'm not. But as far as like posting online and seeing them on social media and doing that, baby, you will never, unless you're in the close friends, maybe.
Right.
But no. But yes, no, I've been dating someone. When are you and your man gonna break up is the craziest question I've ever heard in my life. I am in a relationship. It's a bit new. But yeah, it's I don't foresee us breaking up anytime soon. I would hope. But yeah, that's That's about
right.
it.
That's that. And that's it. Look, okay.
That's about
good.
that. But I mean, should that happen, maybe you'll know, maybe you won't.
Right.
You should keep checking in.
Right. Keep checking it. Apparently, they keep a tab. So,
keeping tabs is crazy. But yeah, no, keep checking in.
Right. Okay.
But
that's good.
That's about it. Literally.
I love that for you. So that was one of the big things that you pulled away from some of your clients and some of your close friends.
Yeah, absolutely. You typically you don't know, even if you know that they're dating someone, you never see them posting like stuff like about their relationship, and they don't, even when they do like interviews and stuff like that, like they don't. And I always, just on the other side of that, I always be like, girl, the hell is the big deal? Like, we know you got a man, right? We know you got, like, why you want to? But I'm like, over the years I've seen now, I'm like, oh, I get it. Especially for just in the climate that we live in right now, like, you know, relationships ain't what they used to be. Sometimes, you know, you're in a situationship. Sometimes it's a relationship. Sometimes it's an open relationship. Sometimes it's, you know, like people just, everybody has their own thing that fits them. And you just don't want everybody in your business, because it just, everybody feels entitled to comment and put their own, inject their own feelings and thoughts into what you got going on. And they don't even know what you and this person have or what y'all have built. And I'm like, that you're so right. That's not fair for people to do that. Right. So actually, none of y'all get access to that. None of y'all need to know. Unless if you're my close friend and you're a person that I talk to like on a regular, of course they know, but like my friends deserve to have that access to me. Yes. Y'all don't deserve that access to me. Exactly. Y'all deserve the hair content.
And and that's what y'all gonna get. And plus, that's not Hot Boy J.
That's not Hot Boy J. Like that's not. It doesn't go with the brand. It literally doesn't go with the brand.
If I would have built the brand that way,
me in a relationship is not part of the brand. That's not part of the J Stay Ready brand. You know, but
that's it. Look.
I can't help that. That's what we curated. So, but yeah, no, I'm definitely in something right now. It's still very, very early. It's still very new. We're still very much in the beginning phases. But I enjoy his company and he enjoys mine. And I'm very curious to see where this will go. Again, it's very fresh.
Especially with I know, because one of all of our concerns, you know, or at least thought processes is with such a busy life and such a busy career, how is that going and all that stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Whether you know, we'll keep it moving.
Absolutely,
we'll keep it moving.
We're gonna keep it pushing, baby.
And that was a perfect transition.
I'm screaming at that question.
Right.
One of your mega breakup is crazy.
All right. So that is definitely some great advice that you pulled from a lot of these amazing women and amazing your clients that you've told that you're working with.
Absolutely.
And so what is something else that these women have shared with you that you've taken and put in your own pocket?
I've gotten so much amazing, so many amazing gems. Like low key, all of my clients, they always are dropping something crazy that's, even if I don't realize it in the moment, I'll like get it later. A quote that I go back to so often, I think I've actually said this in another interview, or at least maybe 2 or 3 other interviews before, but it's because it's actually, I hate that it has shaped my career so far, but it actually is a quote that came from my client Doja. And it's these words I will never forget. I will never forget the set. I will never forget the time. I will never forget the place where we were. But I remember we were going back and forth about like her wanting to do something, some look. And this was like, you know, a little bit earlier on in her career when we were trying to transition from, you know, just doing, you know, the traditional glam hairstyles to try and like do like more artsy stuff. So it was like Planet Her era, I believe, I think we were transitioning into that era actually. And she wanted to do some stuff with like wire ponytails and, you know, all this like African, like just, it was a lot of like references stuff she sent me. And at the time, you know, I'm a glam hairstylist down. Like I can do all the cool avant-garde, artsy, you know, weird, cool mullet. I can do all of that. But at my core, I'm a glam hairstylist. Like I love just beautiful, like elegant, like tossed hair. Like that's my thing. And I remember at the time I was like so nervous because I was like, I didn't know if I could do all that RC stuff, but also that wasn't what was on my feed every day. That wasn't what was in my hair inspo folder at the time. It was just like, you know, cool traditional like stuff. And I remember we were kind of like fighting back and forth on like what the glam should be for this particular like video or whatever the case may be. And I was saying, like, oh, I think we should do this. I think we should do this. And she was like, you know what? We can't do that because you know why? You cannot be iconic doing what the fuck everybody else does. That is not how you be iconic. And I don't know why, but like one thing that shut me up so quick. And like, even to this day, I think about that. I'm like, you really cannot be iconic doing what everyone else does. By the time people are doing what you're doing, you should be on to the next because that's not how icons are made. Icons are made by switching it and doing the complete opposite of what is on your feed. Literally. So I've carried that with me for so long, and I truly believe that that is one of the things that has made me like unstoppable in my career. You know, she tells me all the time, like, you are unstoppable. You're an amazing hairstyle. You can do whatever. But it's because I've had to frame my way of thinking from what she told me. Like, okay, do I want to be iconic or do I want to just blend in with what everyone else is doing right now? And I'm like, I want to be iconic. So now I'm looking at what everyone else is doing. And I'm thinking like, how can we be completely removed from that? Like, what is our direction? Because it's not none of this over here. And that is literally how I feel like it's one of the things that have gotten me to the place where I'm at right now. So, you know, not to make your head big, girl, but you ate that one little thing because that's definitely how I move these days.
Yes.
That was a great gem. Like you are unstoppable as long as you are able to go against the grain and create trends and create things that other people want to be doing. And I mean, that's honestly why she's unstoppable. I mean, she's one of the biggest artists in the world right now. And that's because she's gone against the grain. What everyone else is doing, she's like, that's cool, that's great. I'm going to go do this over here. And then by the time y'all catch on to that, I'm going to be over here. And then by the time y'all catch on to that, I'm going to be over here.
Literally.
And I'm like, wow. So like, I couldn't even like say she was bluffing or like act like didn't know what she was talking about because I see her do this every year. So
and you're even working on the projects that haven't even been released.
Haven't even been released yet. Y'all don't even know. This new era is already so stupid, and it's like nothing y'all didn't ever heard or seen from any of the other. Like it's dumb. Like I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to be a part of things that I know before they even pop off are going to be like iconic.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool. It's really, really cool.
And I mean, and it's been like that. I remember your career and journey has been like that for years. I remember years ago being at the Abbey and
oh my God.
And yes, literally. And the music video for Motivation came on.
My God. Yes. Not my first music video.
Literally.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then, you know, so just to be there to celebrate you and to celebrate your work, it's like you did that before it even came. And now here we are, we're just all having fun and it just happens to play.
I literally just got chills. Like, wow, you brought back a memory.
Literally.
Yes. My first
and sing it on the screens. Like,
yes. I will never forget that night. Like, that is so crazy. We were all like so hyped.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. Like, I finally did what I came to learn to do.
Literally.
Look.
Literally. Yeah. I did that.
Like, oh, I did that. That was so cool. Yeah, no. Shout out to Normani. Like, I love that era. That was so dope. And I really appreciate her giving me that opportunity. Like, cause that was my first real taste of like, people are watching me. Like, oh, ooh, you care. Oh, you like people like I saw like I think I saved a tweet. It was the first time I ever saw like Normani looks amazing in this video, but who did the hair? And I was like, oh, y'all care? This is a thing? like this is a thing? Okay, yeah, like that was so cool. That was fire.
And you've been nonstop ever since.
And ever since, when I tell you that was the biggest battery, I was like, who's next? Like, what do I do now? Like, once you get that little taste of like, it's like a high. It's like
literally
when you know you've like accomplished something, it's like, now I want to just keep going and keep going and keep going. So yeah, that was definitely a big propeller for me.
Yeah, no, we loved it. And you are a part of Black Hair history.
Praise the
And
Lord.
so, yeah, so the things that you are doing are being ingrained in the Black Hair books.
Yes.
And we appreciate that.
Shout out to Black women.
There we go. You know, shout out to all of y'all.
Shout out to all you Black women. Sure. Thank you for loving us and keeping me employed.
That part. So as you're creating these new pages in this Black Hair book, what are some of, where do you go back and where do you pull inspiration from Black Hair history?
It's such a cliche response, but like I go back to just going to the beauty salon with my mom. Like I at the time, you know, hair was never something that I didn't decide that I wanted to do hair until I was like halfway through college. Like that was when I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. Before then, I've always loved the idea of doing hair. I always played in hair and thought it was cool. I used to steal my sister's dolls, and I used to like do hair in the theater classroom, like for the shows and stuff like that. So hair has always been at the core of me, who I am. And from my earliest memories, like I have like a photo I literally just found the other day that I had sent to my friends. It's like me, I'm like 2 years old with a blow dryer, like fake blow drying my grandpa's hair because and I'm like, my mom was like, oh yeah, that was your favorite toy. Like I was like, the blow dryer? She's like, yeah, it wouldn't even be plugged up, but that was like your favorite toy. So like hair has always been a thing. And I remember going to this beauty salon with my mom, and I used to be like crushed if I didn't get out of school early enough to go with her, or she didn't pick me up, because just to be able to sit there and watch her, like, and watch the other ladies come in and get their, you know, get their silk press and get the little roller set with the wrap and get the waterfalls and all this stuff. And I'm just like, this is so cool. Like, this is like, is anybody else seeing this? Like, it was such a vibe. And now to be able to kind of go back to that and pull references and, or even do like a throwback style and like be able to text my mom and be like, hey, so when you was when you did that bob back in like 96, like was it like sharp, or was it kind of like feather a little bit, and like was it a little bit more soft? I can't remember. Like just to be able to go back and ask those questions and from my childhood, like it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So black hair has shaped the way that I move, the way that I create today. And I'm just so blessed that I get to kind of do all of that in 2025 with these girls who are like literally changing the game every day.
Literally.
So
definitely.
Cool. It's so cool.
I love that. And so speaking of black hair and black history, we just had the Met Gala that was very, very black.
We did. It was black as fuck. That was my first Met.
Yeah, lies, really?
Yes, that was my very first Met. Yes.
I'm like still in my head like,
I know, right? I know. Yeah, no, that was actually my first Met. And I'm like, I'm gagged that I find that my first Met got to be this black ass Met. Like
very fitting.
I said, how perfect for me. Yeah, no, that was my first Met that I got to do. I did it with Lizzo. And it was, aside from removing myself from the Met, just looking at all the other amazing glam creations on that carpet, how everyone came, like that was enough fulfillment for me, because you already know, like, us having any type of moment in those type of spaces is rare to none. Right. So to be able to see us on that carpet, I don't care if you love the glam, if you hated the glam, if you liked the outfit, if you didn't, just seeing all of us represented on that carpet, on those stairs. Yeah. And this was a night for us, that was enough for me. So then to be able to insert myself and be a part of it, I was like, oh my gosh, like how, like I feel so small, but like I'm like playing a part in history. So like it was so cool to be a part of that. I got to do it with Lizzo this year, and she like gave me creative freedom to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do, because she knew it was my first Met, which was so sweet and so amazing. Like I'm telling you, I work with only the nicest, sweetest, coolest people in the world.
That's good.
It was amazing. But she gave me the opportunity. She was like, "It's your first Met, baby boy. Go off, do what you want to do."
Okay, so where did you pull this inspiration from?
So I had
because with the Met is very inspiration based. There's a theme. There's an official theme.
Yes.
So you have to do your research and you have to make sure because they will eat you up.
They're gonna eat you up, babes. And you're gonna have to pull out a receipt.
You're like,
if
really?
You don't like it.
You're like, no. In 1924, she wore this.
Josephine Baker did this exact. Like literally. It was literally that.
I have the black and white copy from the museum.
Like literally that. What's crazy is I actually found myself overthinking it, like to a point because it was my first Met and because it was black. Like I don't really get too weirded out. Like I don't get like. My anxiety doesn't go up that hard these days with glam because I've been doing this for so long now. But with that being my first Met and then it be this black ass carpet, I'm like, oh God, like I don't want to fuck this up. And then the girl gave me creative freedom, so it's like, child, if it's wrong,
it's on you.
It's on you. Right. She didn't have nothing to do with this. I couldn't blame it and be like, well, she wanted to. No, it gave baby boy, you had that monstrosity on the carpet. So I didn't want to disappoint anyone. So I was overthinking a lot. I was pulling so many references from so many different places. And I didn't, we didn't know what she was wearing until literally what Met was Monday. I think she had her first fitting that Friday. So I had no idea. I got to New York that Friday. I literally flew in and went straight to her fitting because I was like, she wanted me to see what she was wearing, but I needed to see what she was wearing because I was like, I'm pulling all these references, but we already know as glam people, baby, right. If that, you could pull the most amazing hairstyle you think in the world, baby, if that outfit is not cohesive with that hairstyle,
doesn't matter.
It's a chop.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. A lot of hairstylists don't understand that, and they don't know that. And not only we're speaking of the hairstylists, but to hop out for a second, a lot of people in the industry in the world, they don't take that into consideration.
They don't.
And in my mind, I feel like the elite level of artists, you make everything cohesive.
Absolutely.
That's at the elite level. When you're playing at the elite level,
absolutely,
everything has to be cohesive.
Absolutely.
And so just for everyone who's like, oh, why don't you make this the statement? Or why don't you make this the statement? That's not how it works.
No.
And that's not how it works. So that's just a disclaimer for just the everyday people and just everyone out there.
Right.
But if you are in this industry and you are an artist or you are a makeup artist or you are a hairstylist, if you're not making everything cohesive, that's not it.
That's not it. It's a dead giveaway that you just got here. And
I'm gonna let him say it because he's a different thing.
Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna tell it like it is, baby. If I seen you sit up here and you got this girl with this going on, blah blah blah, and now you want to put her in blue hair and all that, and it didn't call for that. It's a dead giveaway that you just got here, and or you're just looking for your moment. And when it comes to carpets and big events like that, it's not always about having your moment. You have to be a team player. Yeah. Glam is a team: hair, wardrobe, and makeup. And nails as well. Let's not forget about our nail techs because y'all be doing y'all big ones. Definitely. And I work with some amazing nail techs out there. But we're all a team. Everything has to be cohesive. And depending on what's going on and what the outfit like, it may not be your moment or it may be your moment. If the outfit's a little bit more simple or played down and glamorous, then maybe it is a hair moment. If this is going on and you got shoulder pads and stuff going like this and that way, baby, it's not your time to have hair giving, you have to be able to be cohesive. So I knew that I didn't when it came to Met, I knew Micah and Wayman were styling Lizzo, which one of my favorite styling
and Micah
duos.
is coming today.
I know, right?
This is perfect.
Isn't this great little segue?
Wow.
Yes, and that was great. That was my first carpet I got to do with them. Yes. I've never had another client that worked with them. So it was, I knew they were going to do their biggest, and I knew that whatever they saw, whatever their vision was going to be the statement. So I needed whatever I needed to complement that.
And that's another little gem there is typically when you're working with wardrobe stylists, but this is the thing. Mike and women, they're not wardrobe stylists. They're image creators. They're on a whole different level. So if you have the opportunity to work with either a good wardrobe stylist or an image creator, you follow that lead. You could have some input, of course, and give some direction and bring your perspective to the conversation. But these people are looking at, they didn't just jump on this project.
Right.
These typically wardrobe stylists or image creators have already been working with this client for however long, and they have a trajectory and plan on where they're trying to take this client. It's so much bigger. You may be looking at it as just an event, but they're like, we have a brand lined up that we're pitching her towards, and we've been constantly pointing her towards that brand and trying to make that alignment. So however you may think this is great for this event, that doesn't match her overall trajectory of where we're trying to take our client. And that's the job of image creators and just like a top wardrobe stylist. That's what they do. The kind of like beginner level is a stylist. They just put clothes on people. But the top wardrobe stylists, they're creating careers and aligning people's image. And so that's just another little.
You better teach the people, Midge. I know that's right.
We gotta.
Well, you got to one by one. Well, because you're right. Because people hop on Twitter all day and be like, "Oh, this look crazy," or this, or why would you choose this, or why would you decide this? Because people don't know.
Yeah,
everyone thinks they know the ins and outs and the technicalities of this career, but they really don't. So it's very important to have these teachable moments for y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. I wanted to be a team player. I wanted to go with the collective image of go with the collective direction of where we're taking Lizzo for this. And I remember we were at Christian Siriano's studio, and she had put the dress on, and they were talking. They were all in the room. I was literally right here on the side in the room, and I'm looking, and all the time I got my little hair inspo folders up on Instagram and Pinterest and stuff I have saved in my photo albums. I saved so many different like cool like these different like hard hairstyles, and because like with the theme you automatically think boy cuts, shags, finger waves, stuff like that. And I remember looking at it and I'm like, oh, like we're not giving, we're going in this store. She's wearing a gown. She's not going to be on this carpet in a suit. Like that's not what this is giving. So immediately I started going, I just like, I can't remember exactly what image popped into my mind, but I just remember immediately I was like, I want to go glam. Like I'm a glam hairstylist. Right. Because and if I can't do shit else, baby, I can give you glam. I can give you Hollywood glam. I can give you today glam. I can give you whatever glam. And I'm like, so I started pulling up some old references of like Hollywood stars from like the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. And I was looking, I was like at these beautiful soft waves and stuff like that. But I was like, this is still a black ass situation. I'm like, I want texture. I want everything. But I was like, but I also want a statement as well. So like statement, texture, glam. I was like, okay.
Well, definitely
statement blonde.
Right. Okay.
Let's go platinum. I was like, so I literally put on my hair. Lizzo ever wore platinum hair? I'm looking, I'm like, she ain't never wore no platinum hair. Okay, so this is our statement. This is our moment because y'all never seen platinum hair, especially not out the root. Right. And so of course we're gonna do platinum. Of course that would have to be a wig. Another thing that I'm Jay Stay Ready, baby. Again, if I can't do shit else, I'm gonna lay the fuck out of a wig. So, baby, it's gonna give Scalpiana down. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do that. And I'm like, I want the old Hollywood. I want the glam aspect. I was like, but I need some texture. And so I went in and I spent about a good 2 hours. I went in and actually because I'm not a ventilator, I love all the different like people that can ventilate all the texture and the weave, all the different stuff. I can't do all that. But I figured out a couple of different hacks on how it's from my past experiences working with other amazing hairstylists like Nakia Rashawn, who does Beyonce and stuff. Like I've learned how to like create good texture and wigs. So I went through and actually texturized that platinum unit. So like if you look at like the photos, especially up close, like the edges,
1000%.
It was giving real kink, real black girl. So. I just dyed my hair
love it.
platinum type vibes. I made sure to leave a good amount of texture and grit in that hair so that you could see it, but it still had the softness of and elegance of like old Hollywood, but then that wow factor of it being this stark platinum situation with her beautiful black and white gown. And I literally presented her. I was like, I think this is what we should do. And I was like, how you feel? She said, I love it. Let's do it. I showed it to Micah and women. I was like, I feel like we should. Micah was like, oh, love it. Oh, this is everything. Yes. You know, Micah, he gave me all the yeses, all the things I said, period. This is what we're doing. So, and that's how my Met moment was born. And I'm very proud of it because everyone loved it. It was a hit. And even if people didn't love it, we loved it. And my client loved it. And that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. Baby.
Exactly.
She's the one that got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So as long as my client loved it,
period,
I'm good. And the team loved it. So yeah, it was a hit.
It was amazing. And my favorite thing about it, I remember when you were posting the videos and the content, was that kinky root.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this kinky this kinky root.
This kinky root, baby. This manufactured kinky root at that. Yes.
You couldn't tell. It looked like I assumed that you just got like maybe a lace front that was like kinky, and then lighten her up.
No, I had went through so many different like trials and stuff. I realized like, since most of the wigs that we buy are pre-texturized, like, when you try and bring that color up to like a platinum, baby, that texture is gonna fall out. It's gonna go right back to silky straight. So it was much easier to just get something with like a lighter base, tone it, get it to the exact color that I want. And then I literally went through I had like 4 different hot tools and tricks.
We're gonna save that.
No, baby, y'all gotta pay for that. That's
right,
a class.
Exactly.
Yeah,
literally. In my head, I'm like,
I'm not giving the goods, not for free.
Yeah,
never for free, babes.
No,
but no.
So that I think
I went in with my things.
I said, cut.
No,
wait a minute.
I did my things. I had my tools. I had my things out, and I created. I created some good texture in that wig. And,
that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Thank you, friend.
Yeah, no, I didn't clock that at all. I figured I was like, okay,
I didn't have time. Tricky. We decided this on a Friday night or Friday night, and the Met was Monday. So, and I was in New York. So I'm like, I got time to be doing the sourcing. I was like, you just gotta figure it out.
New York's the place to source. Though.
I mean, New York is the source. New York is absolutely the source for sure. But I was like, I was like, I trust in my abilities. I've done some stuff like this before. Luckily, again, my clients they be having me doing the craziest.
All the things. Right.
My clients.
Yeah.
Because I want my hair to be a Libra sign.
Literally.
I'll see you on Tuesday. Like what?
Right.
Like, figure it out. Like it's like, I get the craziest requests. I get pictures of cartoons sent to me. Like, can you make my hair do this? So yes. I mean, I'm like, if I can do all that, I can surely figure out how to put some texture in a wig and give it the glam that I want. So yeah,
and that's why they call you Jay Stay Ready.
And this is why they call me. When I tell you, for the last like couple years, I have wanted to be anything but Jay Stay Ready. Like I have pigeonholed myself into this name, and I hate it. Like I want to be Jay Stay Late so bad on most of these days. I want to be at least a little tardy, but Jay Stay Ready is crazy because these girls are taking it to heart.
Yeah,
they're like, oh yeah, you got it because you Jay Stay Ready. Oh, you can make this happen. I'm like,
what? Why are you not ready?
Why
are you not ready? And
I hate it. Oh God, I hate it.
I'm still getting ready.
I'm still
getting ready.
I'm not even there. I'm getting ready right now, and you expect me to be ready. I hate it for myself. I truly do. I want to change my name so bad, but it's the brand. So now I find myself just pulling shit out my ass all the time because I'm Jay Stay Ready.
I mean, you could people have done it before. People have dropped the thing.
I just want to be Jay Stay.
Jay Stay to
stay.
Jay
Stay what? Don't worry about it. Just
exactly.
He stays.
He stays.
That's all.
Insert amazing.
Insert whatever you want after that. Just Jay stays.
Exactly.
Ready? Not all the time.
Yeah. So, well, is there any message that you would love to leave our guests today?
Absolutely. Well, for one, follow me on Instagram and all socials so you can, stay up to date on the J
We'll
Stay Ready things.
upload those somewhere around here.
Wherever they may be floating around. And honestly, I mean, whether you're a hairstylist watching this, whether you're a consumer, whether you're just a person that loves Creme of Nature products like I do, whether you're just an unstoppable black woman out there, take care of yourself, love yourself, give yourself grace. And I know that we are living in some crazy times right now, but as long as you love on yourself and you give yourself grace and you do the best you can with what you got, honey, I promise you're going to be just fine because we all out here just figuring it out. But yes, I love you and I hope you love yourself too.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Mitch.
So great.
This was amazing. You're a great interviewer, by the way.
Thank you. This was real cozy.
Very. Felt at home,